Over the past few videos, I've been showing you guys the beautiful places here in Chiapas, places that basically everybody in Mexico knows of. Cañón de Sumidero, Chiapas de Corzo, these are places that basically everybody knows. But today, we're going to paradise. Welcome to paradise! Unfortunately, it is paradise, so it's not going to be easy to get to paradise. We've got to walk about 11 blocks here in the city of Tuxtla to get our first bus of the day. Well, to get to paradise, there's a couple of steps that we need to take. First, we're taking a colectivo to a town of Coita. But I don't know when the bus is coming, so we're gonna be waiting here for a while until we can get it. One thing I love about the buses here, it's like a party music scene going on in buses in Mexico. Well, we've gone into the town of Coita. Time to get a second bus. I have no clue how to do it, but we're gonna figure this out. Well, we've gotten off the colectivo, but unfortunately, the colectivo just drops you off at the highway. The place we're going to still is a little bit farther in, so we've got to walk about 2 more kilometers. Whew. It's already been a very hectic and difficult and complicated travel day, but crossing my fingers, it's all gonna be worth it. This place is truly in the middle of the farm. I mean, there's literally a field of cows just roaming around right behind me. Oh, this is real Mexico. This is real Mexico. Well, at long last, we have finally made it. It's about like half an hour, 45-minute walk in to get to this place. But I can officially say that we've entered the ecotouristic park of El Aguacero. The beautiful thing about this place is that there's this waterfall that's supposed to look amazing. That's kind of like paradise, like it's the Garden of Eden. It is supposed to be just spectacular. But to get there, we've got to descend about 700 steps. It's gonna be a long walk, but hopefully I'll see you guys at the top. Well, that was probably one of the hardest hikes of my entire life. The beginning was pretty good. You had stairs and everything, but once I got into the jungle, I got lost a couple of times. There basically was no road. You were walking on the waterfall. It was just insane. But after an hour of that really difficult hike, we've made it to probably one of the most beautiful spots in all of Mexico. Welcome to El Aguacero. As I mentioned before, El Aguacero is a ecotouristic park, which means that you have to pay to enter. I paid 50 pesos to enter, that's the entrance fee. But from there onwards, you've got to hike a very, very long way to get down to the waterfall. The interesting thing about this place is it's just not just the waterfall. There's a canyon here, there's other waterfalls down there, there's the river down here. Now the thing is that because we're currently in rainy season, you are prohibited from crossing the river. And to be honest, it's for a good reason, because that river is really, really deep. I tried just like stepping in like 1-2 feet, and it just got up to like my knees already, and it was really, really deep. It gets really, really deep as you go deeper into the river. So it's a good idea not to walk when you're in rainy season, but when you're in dry season, the river actually becomes really, really shallow, and it's great to walk during that time period. But this waterfall is massive. It's like this water that sort of falls over, but it's spread over this entire bend of the canyon wall. It's absolutely incredible, and everything the water touches basically turns green. The rocks have moss growing over it. It's just incredible how much life and grass and plants are growing on here. It's really, really incredible. The best part for me is that there's absolutely nobody here at all. I have the entire place to myself. But you know, it's a very difficult hike. It's really, really hard to get here. I would not recommend it if you're not very, very physically fit, or at the very least, bring good shoes. I did it in sandals, and let's just say I've injured myself a couple of times. My ankle, there are a couple of rocks that fell down and hit my ankle. I can barely walk now because it is difficult to get here if you're taking the jungle trail. From what I understand, if you walk here from the river, it's supposed to be a lot easier, but obviously that's not an option during rainy season. So the jungle trail is the only option, but it's the harder option. For me, it's amazing how crystal clear this water is. As you get closer, you can just tell it's so clean and clear, and it's incredible to me. But this waterfall is just stunning. I mean, it's rainy season, and I just can't imagine. I can't imagine what this place would look like in dry season, because without the waterfall, this place would not be that nice. But with this waterfall, it's just incredible. And I've been here for like, what, about half an hour now? Nobody, not a single soul. Now the waterfall is located inside the canyon, so there's like two huge massive cliffs. You can see there's one cliff over there, and then you've got the waterfall on the other side. Which means that during the day, as the sun moves across the sky, it'll start to illuminate different parts of the canyon. Right now, that side is completely bright because it's the morning. But when the sun moves on to the other side and shines onto this waterfall here, it's gonna be absolutely incredible. But for now, I think we've got to do one thing. Get into the water and get soaked by the waterfall. We literally haven't even gotten to the waterfall, and the camera's soaked, I'm soaked, everything is just wet. But we're gonna get a little bit closer and try and get under the waterfall as close as we can to get the full experience. Woo! Welcome to paradise! Soaked by the waterfall here at El Aguacero. Nothing feels more refreshing than that. But I think we better get out before the camera gets soaked, because man, the wind is strong and the waterfall is even stronger. If it's hot and sunny like a day like today and you're trying to hide from the sun, not to worry, this place has tons and tons of caves. We've currently found one which is right under the waterfall. You can see the waterfall is right over there. But these caves are just incredible. The water is literally flowing right there. You can literally just feel it as it moves past your feet. Just what an incredible experience, and you're completely shaded from the sun, so that's a plus. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we've been here for almost 4 hours. That's insane, and it's still just as beautiful as we first got here. This is literally, when I think of paradise, when I think of the Garden of Eden, this is what I think of. It's so beautiful. It's just absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, there are some rain clouds coming in. It looks like it might pour soon, and I do not want to be walking through the jungle here in the rain. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and head back before this entire place just floods with water. To make it past that waterfall, I am literally drenched. It's so frustrating. All right, but anyways, that's it. We've crossed it. It's all gonna be dry from here on out, but kind of late now. I'm literally drenched. My t-shirt is soaked. Anyways, let's go. That is literally how wet my shirt is. When I said that this was one of the hardest paths, this is what I mean. Literally, this is a path. This right here is a path. It's just a bunch of rocks and you just gotta scramble over it. And it's even worse because there's so many plants, there's so many bugs. It's in the middle of the rainforest. Man, I'm doing this hike again. I'm not sure whether this hike is worth the waterfall. Well guys, after a very long ride and walk, we are finally back in Tuxtla Gutierrez. The sun has already set, it's already gotten dark. It's not easy getting from El Aguacero back to Tuxtla, but let's talk about El Aguacero. First off, it's very difficult to get to. It is easily one of the hardest journeys I've made. The bus ride's not that bad, but when you get dropped off the highway, you've got to walk another 3 kilometers. And then after those 3 kilometers, you got to go down and descend some stairs, and then that jungle path. It's easily the hardest walk I've done here in Mexico. Not even a question about it. There's no path at all sometimes. You're just going through the bush until you get it to the waterfall. So for me, that hike, probably one of the worst hikes I've had. It's not a very long hike, but it's a very, very difficult hike. Not because it's very steep or anything, but you're just literally treading through the jungle. And that's not fun, especially if you're in flip-flops. El Aguacero, the waterfall itself, is absolutely stunning. There is no doubt about that. That has got to be, that's paradise. That's paradise here in Chiapas. I am shocked that Chiapas has such a beautiful place. I'm shocked that there's such a beautiful place that exists in the world. And honestly, I think if we went during dry season when the river wasn't so high, I think it actually might be even prettier. But not gonna complain. Absolutely stunning today. I mean, I think you guys can see from the drone shots how beautiful that waterfall is. The best part for me is that there's literally nobody there. Part of the reason is, of course, because it's so hard to get there. It's super, super difficult to get there. Unless you have a car and you're willing to walk through the jungle, there's basically no way to get there. So if you're gonna go, do keep that in mind. It's not an accessible place. It's not a touristy place. There's barely any development. But because of that, there's just this hidden secret paradise of Chiapas that I would 100% recommend you go to if you are in this region of Mexico. So, like I said, very, very difficult to get to, but the experience, absolutely incredible. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. We're gonna continue on our way through Mexico, and I can't wait to share more videos with you guys, so make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.